Hello everyone! This is Running on Empty Food Review. Well, hello ladies, gentlemen, and everyone watching. Welcome one and all to this newest edition of the Running on Empty Food Review series. I'm your host, the Report of the Week. Thank you for checking in. So, as you could sort of see, it's like I'm almost trying to talk over the bag to reach you, right? You know, this massive bag is in the way, and obviously in such a massive bag, such as this one, I mean, maybe it's just the perspective relative to the camera, and it's not actually that massive a bag, but surely there must be a massive item inside this, right? Wrong. But it might, according to some, be a massive release. So that counts, to an extent anyway. Taco Bell has released Steak and Queso Crunchwrap Sliders. That's right, they're sliders. They're from Taco Bell. A lot of people say that they're overpriced, but they're fun-sized. So that negates everything. 2 per order, and I'll be trying them out in today's review. Yes, indeed, they have new Crunchwrap Sliders. You know, I swear that I've heard of these before, and maybe they've had them before. Maybe they have tested them or something. Maybe I've reviewed them. I lose track because Taco Bell releases so many items at such a frequent rate. But there's something familiar about this, even though these are being branded as new. You know, so I'm not entirely sure. I'm just thinking off the top of my head. There's something about this that does seem familiar. Now, it could be simply that the Crunchwrap concept from Taco Bell has merely been implemented so many times, and that's where that's coming from. But I swear they've had these mini Crunchwraps before under the name of being a slider, essentially. We shall see. The price for these, you get 2 of them for the price of $5. But again, they're fun-sized, so you're paying for fun, I guess. 2 per order. Inside of these is grilled steak, chipotle sauce, pico de gallo, cheddar cheese. Then they have a miniature tostada shell inside. It's in the shape of a hexagon. And then they also have this new green chile verde sauce for dipping. $5 per order. Decent sized bag, as I mentioned, right? And if they're good, they're good. You know, I don't really mind one way or another. But then, out of all of this, that's them. There's the sauce. And some napkins. So after all that, the big reveal, that's the actual size of the item, right? I found that sort of funny, and I was just playing off of it a little bit. And then you could actually see inside how the actual size of the little sliders are. They come in this little pouch here, with the Taco Bell logo, and I might finally get a thumbnail shot that I might actually use here. I'll do a sad face. There we go. You could really examine all the intricacies of the Taco Bell. And again, there you have it. You know why they call these sliders, right? Because you could slide them. And you could see relative to my tie knot even. The tie knot is almost bigger than this. So that's something. All right, let's try out these new sliders from Taco Bell. They are small, aren't they? But maybe they're good. Try them out with the sauce. See if they're any good or not. $5 for a 2-piece going in. It's fun-sized. Not that there's anything bad in them while I'm thoroughly examining it, but it's because what I really can't taste in this. That's why. Wouldn't particularly call this enjoyable. This is one of those things that if I were forced to eat it and I had no other choice, I would. But if it were by my own accord and I were given the choice to eat something that tasted better than this, I would obviously choose that over this. As if I needed to elaborate that much. No. Not a fan. Especially not a fan of that sauce. So, the slider concept, I think, could work. There's definitely, and this is the thing, mind you. I go into these reviews with the understanding, of course, of where fast food is these days, right? And especially when it's Taco Bell that we're talking about, the way it goes. And that's not to say there aren't good releases from Taco Bell. I mean, as a matter of fact, there was that item from them, what was it, the other day even, the milk bar thing, the churro. That thing was excellent. It's one of the best fast food desserts I've had. So they have hit or miss releases, and it's understandable, therefore, that you get some good, you get some bad. Not only is this overpriced, but it is lacking in so many ways. Without that sauce, it's just lacking. It's one of those things that I feel I succinctly summed up in so much that if you're forced to eat it, if you have no other choice, you'll be able to eat it. You'll be able to tolerate it. Probably won't particularly enjoy it, but you could stomach it. Pretty much anyone could. It'll just be like, yeah, this is low quality, subpar, overpriced food, but I could eat it. I could stomach it. All right, whatever. Had no other choice. I could eat it. Life goes on. You introduce this sauce. This has got to be one of the. This is horrible. The sauce itself, maybe it's just botched because I've had some of these sauces that they describe as like a chile verde sauce, right? And this is just weird. This is just it has a little bit of spice to it. Now I will emphasize that, and I think that's what they were going for here. That maybe it's supposed to be a little bit of spice to it, and it's supposed to have maybe a slight contrast. I'm not really sure. There's a spicy element. At the same time, though, this has this thick, creamy consistency, though. Not in a good way, however. It's more akin to like if something has been. And I'm just not saying that this is how it actually is. This is merely what I could relate to it as being. Something that's been over expired and has essentially curdled, for lack of a better word, and it has that sort of consistency to it, and then this lingering, very off-putting, almost sourness to it. And again, I don't necessarily think that was intentional. So to have such an unpleasant texture and this sour note to it that, again, I really don't think is supposed to be there, or if it is, was horribly executed, and then a little bit of spice makes this sauce horrible. I despise this sauce simply for how bad it is, and for the fact that, like I said, I've had sauces like this before from Taco Bell that aren't, they're nothing like this. So, I see the wasted potential here. I think of some of the various verde sauces that they have done previously that have actually been really good, and if it were anything like that, this is it would at least add something to this. But this sauce is vile. It really is. It's disgusting, and no thank you. Not one single bit. You couldn't pay me to, if you said, "Oh, come on, review, brah. You've got the duck tie on. How much would it take for you to just guzzle this thing down?" I'd say, "I don't care. I'm not going to do it. Not going to do it." You can't argue with me on that one because it's just not going to happen. It's a horrible sauce. And then, all right, I spent more time talking about the sauce than this because there's so little to talk about here. Not only is it little as far as the size is concerned, but as far as what's actually in it. Likewise, it's so unremarkable. You could see that not only is it small, but the thing is mostly tortilla. You could see there, most of this is just tortilla and then the little shell. And then on the inside are a few pieces of the steak, which aren't all that great, mind you. Resemble something that you would get out of a can, practically, and not the gourmet quality that I'm used to from Taco Bell. But it's just there's a dryness to it. The pico de gallo is there. You can't really taste any of it. That's why I had to physically look for it just to find anything. Chipotle sauce is missing in action. The cheddar cheese is barely there. The the tostada shell is there, and the steak is there, right? But as far as, again, any of the sauces here, they're pretty much completely absent. The pico de gallo is there just upon visual confirmation. The steak is of low quality and dry, and resembles, again, more or less a quality that you would observe from some weird canned product than anything else. The new green chile verde sauce is horrible. It's a terrible sauce. It really is. And it's overpriced. $5 for these two miniature little sliders, but they're fun-sized. And not a fan. The sliders by themselves are unremarkable. The sauce takes an unremarkable item and makes it horrible. And just checking there because I can see the time on the camera. Still have a couple seconds left. Not a fan of these. I would avoid them. It's $5. Save your money, save your time. Go buy something better, even from Taco Bell, than this. Just get a regular Crunchwrap with this money. Quite frankly, it'll taste better and it'll be better. Out of 10, therefore, these sliders. Not a fan. Sliders themselves, I would probably give maybe a 5 out of 10. Sauce would probably get a 1 out of 10, to be honest. It's terrible. It really is. The sauce is not good. It's a shame. This is a concept that could really work, because a slider, by Taco Bell standards, that is a Crunchwrap slider, I should say, to be correct with my vernacular, really could work. A lot of the Crunchwraps that Taco Bell has actually end up being pretty good, so the Crunchwraps are fairly easy to do. I've had many a good Crunchwrap from Taco Bell. Days of the triple-double Crunchwrap, all that good stuff. Really enjoyed. There's the potential here, and it's utterly wasted. Overpriced, low quality, unremarkable, and a horrible, horrible sauce that I can't say enough bad things about. Not a fan. Save your money. Pass on this. They'll release something else in a couple weeks or days or however long, and we'll see how that is. But this one, not a fan. That's all that I have for you. Thank you for watching. Until next time, take care.